Okay, guys, this is day 3. It's supposed to be the worst of it.
I had a nose that really came out far, and when I smiled, it would turn down. It was bad. So I had a nose-chin combination done my sophomore year in college.
Jersey star Dolores Catania revealed she got a ton of plastic surgery ahead.
Do I regret it? I don't regret anything, actually. I never regret it.
Bravo stuff about certain people. I'm a mess. Like, I'm broken, right?
Here's a secret nobody says out loud. Real Housewives reunion shows are basically before and after galleries. Every season, the same women walk back onto that stage. And every season, the internet plays the same game. Wait, what happened to her face? Today, we're counting down 20 housewives whose facial transformations went further than anyone expected. Some documented their surgeries right on camera.
I made it. I'm 1 hour in recovery. I feel like my skin's gonna burst. Barely open my eyes.
Some deny everything while their castmates openly joke about it.
Why are you believing Teddy over me? You believe that I told Sessa, Sessa told Blizzard, Blizzard and Sessa are lying.
One of them got a full facelift before turning 50, and one took every single thing out of her face and walked away.
Facelift. This is really good. Under my jaw, my eyes are really open. I've got no visible scarring, none.
That one's number 1. Let's go. But first, if you enjoy these stories told with actual research and a little heart, tap that subscribe button. It's free, it helps us so much, and honestly, you'll want to be here every week. Let's start with the facelift that split the internet right down the middle. Caroline Stanbury from the Real Housewives of Dubai. In early 2024, at just 48 years old, Caroline got a full deep plane facelift, and she didn't hide it. She documented the whole journey, bandages and all, for her hundreds of thousands of followers. Her reasoning was brutally honest. She'd lost weight, she's admitted to using a weight loss medication, and she said her face had deflated in a way that made her feel older than she was.
After 45, it becomes very, very hard to lose weight. And, you know, I am not lazy. I'm not lying at home doing nothing. I go to the gym. I have a trainer. I walk all the time. I'm busy. You know, Ozempic, I have to say, I know I'm going to get the backlash, is an incredible tool.
Yeah. But here's why the world went crazy. 48. Fans and even doctors publicly debated whether that's simply too young for such a major operation, with critics saying she looked beautiful before and didn't need it. Others pointed to her much younger husband and wondered out loud about the pressure she must feel. Caroline's response? Zero shame. She said she did it for herself on her own timeline, and the results were dramatic, tight, and unmistakably different. Whether you call it too far or too fabulous, she made facelifts a dinner table conversation for an entire generation of women. But number 19 dropped her confession in the middle of a dinner party. Number 19 said the quiet part out loud, right on camera. Erika Jayne from the Real Housewives of Beverly Hills. For years, Erika was the queen of the glam squad era. The wigs, the makeup, the lighting, all of it engineered to perfection, and whenever fans asked about her face, she'd credit injectables and discipline. Then came the newest season. During a casual dinner scene, Erika mentioned, almost breezily, that she'd had a lower facelift. Just dropped it into conversation like she was ordering dessert. The internet did a double take, because that confession explained what fans had been noticing for a while. A jawline that suddenly looked sharper and tighter than it had in years. Skin pulled smooth in a way that no highlighter can fake. And Erika's philosophy is refreshingly blunt. She's said that no matter how much filler or Botox you do, and I'm paraphrasing her vibe here, time eventually wins and nothing beats an actual procedure. Some fans applauded the honesty. Others felt the result looked tight and a little frozen under the harsh reunion lighting. But love her or not, Erika did the one thing most stars never do. She told us. But number 18 rebuilt her face after the hardest year of her life. Number 18's transformation came with a genuinely emotional backstory. Shannon Beador from the Real Housewives of Orange County. Longtime fans know Shannon as the show's most relatable face. The health obsessions, the lemon bowls, the big feelings. But after a very public, very difficult chapter in her life, Shannon decided on a reset. In 2024, she confirmed she'd undergone a lower face and neck lift, and she was open about it, sharing her recovery and her reasons. She said she wanted to feel like herself again after everything she'd been through. And look, the results were real. Her jawline came back sharp. her neck smooth, years seemingly erased, but the conversation online got complicated. Some fans celebrated her glow-up as a fresh start. Others felt the combination of the lift, the injectables she's admitted to over the years, and her noticeable weight loss left her looking tighter and less like the warm, expressive Shannon they fell in love with. And that's the tension in every one of these stories, isn't it? The procedures that make us feel new can also make us look new, sometimes too new. But number 17 swears her transformation is just makeup and wigs. Kim Zolciak, the original Atlanta bombshell. For over 15 years, fans have watched Kim's face transform dramatically. The lips got fuller, the cheeks got higher, the skin got smoother and smoother. And Kim's official position, repeated year after year, it's contour, honey. Makeup, wigs, and good lighting. She's admitted to lip injections in the past and some procedures elsewhere.
I've done my lips. I've been getting Botox since I was very, very young for migraines initially, and now it's the obvious.
But when it comes to the bigger facial changes fans point to, she's largely credited cosmetics and camera angles. The internet, respectfully, is not buying it. Side-by-side photos from her early seasons versus today circulate constantly, with fans noting her entire facial structure appears different, and experts who've never treated her telling outlets that makeup alone doesn't typically change the shape of a nose or the projection of lips. But here's the thing about Kim. The denial is almost part of the brand at this point. She built an empire on being larger than life, and she's never owed anyone an explanation. Still, when the before and after gap gets this wide, the photos do start doing the talking. And number 16's castmates gave her transformation a nickname. Number 16 is Salt Lake City's greatest unsolved mystery, Meredith Marks, the luxury jewelry designer with the famously icy calm. And here's the fascinating part. Meredith has never fully broken down what she has or hasn't done. So let me be clear. Most of this is what fans and castmates have observed, not confirmed fact. But oh, have they observed. Season after season, viewers flood social media the moment she appears, saying her face looks different again, smoother, tighter, more sculpted. The under-eye area impossibly fresh for a woman juggling businesses, lawsuits worth of drama, and Bravo filming schedules. Fans have joked that Meredith shows up to each reunion with a brand new face the way other people show up with a new dress. Even her signature, slow, controlled way of speaking gets pulled into the conversation, with viewers debating whether her expressions have gotten more limited over the seasons, or whether that's just Meredith being Meredith. Honestly, it might just be her energy. She was born composed, but the engaged, disengaged queen has mastered one thing above all, keeping us guessing, and she's under no obligation to stop. But number 15 actually reversed course, and on camera no less. Whitney Rose, also from Salt Lake City, the youngest energy in the group, the dancer, the skincare entrepreneur. And that last part matters, because Whitney literally built a beauty brand while fans watched her own face change.
Hi, my name is Whitney Rose, founder of Wild Rose Beauty.
Over her first seasons, viewers noticed her lips growing fuller and fuller, until the comment sections filled with concern that the filler was overwhelming her naturally pretty face. And here's what makes Whitney different. She listened. Not to the trolls, but to herself. She openly discussed having her lip filler dissolved, wanting to walk back the look and let her real features breathe again. On camera, you can genuinely see the shift. The softer, more natural mouth, the expressions coming through clearer. For a franchise built on more is more, choosing less was almost a radical act. And as someone running a skincare company, she understood the assignment. You can't sell natural beauty with a face that argues against it. Is she done with tweaks forever? Probably not, and she's never claimed to be. But her dissolve moment made her one of the rare housewives whose before and after runs in the healing direction. Number 14 has the most convenient marriage in Bravo history. Jennifer Aydin, from the Real Housewives of New Jersey. Her husband, Bill, is a successful plastic surgeon. So when Jennifer wants a tweak, she doesn't book a consultation. She rolls over and asks. And to her credit, Jennifer hides absolutely nothing. She's openly discussed the work she's had done, including her nose, and famously got candid about procedures right on the show, recovery and all.
And I knew that going forward, which is one of the reasons why I wanted to be so vocal about my nose job, because it was such a shock, and I kind of looked whack in that first episode. But like, as you could see, it's like settling in real nice. Great.
In one of the most memorable Jersey moments, she filmed while healing. Bandages visible, completely unbothered. Her attitude, if you have access to the best, use it. But here's where the conversation turns. Fans watching her seasons back-to-back have commented that her face keeps gradually changing. Smoother here, tighter there, until some viewers say she's drifting from the expressive, hilarious Jennifer of her early episodes. And there's a deeper question fans keep raising. When your husband holds the syringe, who in that house ever says, "Honey, that's enough"? Jennifer, for the record, seems genuinely happy, and her marriage confidence is real, but her story asks something quietly fascinating. Is unlimited access a blessing or the fastest road to too far? Number 13 announced her procedure to the whole world herself. Teresa Giudice, the Queen of New Jersey, namaste. In 2020, Teresa publicly confirmed she'd had rhinoplasty, a nose job, and she did it in the most Teresa way possible. Proudly, directly, with her surgeon's name attached, saying she loved her results and wanted to be upfront so nobody could turn it into a scandal. And honestly, respect. In a franchise where secrets become storylines, she diffused the bomb herself. She's also been open about injectables over the years, and fans have watched her face gradually smooth and tighten, alongside her famously intense fitness transformation. Here's where the debate kicks in, though. Longtime viewers pulling up season 1 Teresa, the raw, expressive, table-flipping icon, next to today's polished, sculpted version, often say the change is bigger than one nose. The cheeks sit differently. The forehead barely moves in confessionals. Experts who've never treated her have suggested to outlets that the full picture likely involves more maintenance than she's listed. Maybe, or maybe it's the hair, the tan, and 20 years. Either way, Teresa owns what she owns, loudly. But number 12 turned her surgery into an inspiring conversation about aging on camera. Number 12 handled her procedure with more grace than almost anyone in reality TV. Cynthia Bailey, the supermodel of Atlanta. Cynthia spent decades in front of professional cameras before Bravo ever found her, so she understood her face like an instrument. And in her 50s, she noticed something she couldn't ignore. Her eyelids were getting heavier, hooding her famous eyes, and on camera, it read as tired even when she felt fantastic. So Cynthia confirmed she had eyelid surgery, and she talked about it with total openness, framing it not as chasing youth, but as a working model maintaining her tools. And you know what? The result was subtle, refreshing, and widely praised. Her eyes opened back up. She still looked like Cynthia. For most fans, hers is the example of getting it right. So why is she on this list? Because her honesty highlights the contrast. When fans later noticed additional smoothness and fullness in her face across seasons, the same open conversation didn't quite follow, and observers began debating how much upkeep had joined the eyelids. Nothing dramatic, nothing confirmed, but even the graceful ones live under the microscope. And that microscope is exactly what number 11 has been fighting for 15 years. NeNe Leakes, the icon, the one-liner machine that built Atlanta. Years ago, NeNe openly confirmed she'd had her nose done, along with other refinements.
Yes, I had my nose done again.
You did?
Yes. I
What?
did.
When?
It's only day 13.
Of the
I'm,
nose.
I'm very swollen.
Wow. And in classic NeNe fashion, she was completely unbothered about it. She talked about wanting to feel polished and camera-ready as her star kept rising toward Hollywood. But the conversation around NeNe's face never really stopped there. As the seasons went on, fans watched her features continue to shift, the nose appearing to change more than once, the skin smoothing out, until viral side-by-sides had people asking what else had been done. She has pushed back on plenty of the speculation over the years, sometimes with humor, sometimes with that legendary NeNe fire, insisting people exaggerate. And through some genuinely heartbreaking personal losses that fans watched her survive, her face became almost a symbol of her reinvention. New life, new chapters, new look. Whether every change was intentional or just time doing its thing, only she knows. What's undeniable is this: she never once apologized for evolving. Now, quick pause, because the top 10 is where things get seriously wild. Still with me? Good, because the top 10 includes a woman whose castmate accused her of getting a head transplant, an original housewife who filmed her facelift like a documentary, and a number 1 who did the most shocking thing possible in Beverly Hills. She took it all out, every bit. Let's keep going. Number 10 calls her routine maintenance, but fans call it a transformation. Margaret Josephs, the pigtailed powerhouse of New Jersey. Margaret has always been upfront that she's had work done, and she talks about it the way other women talk about hair appointments. Refreshingly casual, zero shame. She's discussed procedures on her face and beyond, framing it all as simply keeping the machine running.
So this is her first day after her facelift, upper blepharoplasty, lower blepharoplasty, and neck lift.
And honestly, her transparency is part of why fans adore her. But here's where the internet leans in. Viewers comparing Margaret's earliest seasons to now consistently say the change goes beyond maintenance. The skin looks progressively tighter, the face fuller in some places and smoother in others, until some fans argue the signature spark in her expressions has dimmed a little under all that polish. Add in the show's notoriously unforgiving lighting, and every reunion becomes a fresh round of analysis. Margaret's response to critics has always been essentially, my face, my money, my business. Which fair, she built her empire on unapologetic honesty. and she's never pretended to be a natural aging poster child. Still, her story raises the classic question, when maintenance never stops, where exactly is the finish line? Number 9 married the one man who could answer that. Number 9 is married to one of the most famous plastic surgeons on television, and that's exactly what makes her so fascinating. Heather Dubrow of Orange County, wife of Dr. Terry Dubrow from the show Botched. Think about the irony. Terry spends his career fixing procedures that went too far. So Heather's face is, in a sense, his walking billboard. And Heather's approach is deliberate minimalism, at least officially. She's admitted to select procedures over the years and speaks openly about subtle, conservative choices, often explaining what she won't do because Terry has seen every possible disaster. Champagne wishes, careful needles. But fans watching her across the seasons notice the obvious. Heather never seems to age at all. The skin stays luminous, the face stays lifted, year after year after year, until viewers joke that she's aging in reverse. And that's the debate. Supporters say she's proof that expert, restrained work is invisible. Skeptics say invisible doesn't mean minimal, and that nobody stays that frozen in time naturally. Experts who've never treated her have told outlets her look suggests consistent, high-level upkeep. Either way, she's the rare case where the question isn't did it go too far, it's how far did it quietly go. Number 8's transformation sparked a completely different rumor. Number 8's changing face collided with the biggest health trend of the decade. Kyle Richards, the longest-serving housewife in Beverly Hills history. Around 2023, Kyle appeared dramatically transformed, leaner, more sculpted, glowing, and the internet immediately assumed weight loss injections. Kyle firmly denied it, again and again, crediting sobriety, clean eating, and genuinely intense daily workouts. And she's been consistent about that for years now. On the surgery side, Kyle's actually been honest about specific things.
Not anything I've done, and I never ever will, just so you guys know. You guys think I did my face, I did this. I really did not.
Okay. She's admitted to having her nose done more than once over the decades and has confirmed select procedures while firmly denying wilder claims about her face.
I had my nose done in 2006. Anything you see different now is from shading. I do Botox. I do not do filler. I will wait until one day that I have to lift back, and then I can look like this like everybody else.
But here's why she lands on this list. That rapid body transformation changed her face too. The slimming stripped away softness, the features sharpened, and combined with whatever maintenance she's confirmed or hasn't, longtime fans said she suddenly looked like a different person from the Kyle of early seasons. Castmates teased her about it on camera. Tabloids ran endless speculation she had to keep swatting down. Her frustration was real and honestly understandable because Kyle's story shows the modern trap perfectly. Change your face, get accused. Change your body, get accused differently. But number 7 got accused by her own friends. Dorit Kemsley, Beverly Hills fashion chameleon. Dorit's official position has stayed modest for years. At a reunion, she summed it up as a little Botox and filler. That's all she's ever done on her face. She's even laughed off the rumors in writing, joking that she's heard everything up to face transplant. But the people around her, they keep the conversation alive. Lisa Vanderpump famously quipped that Dorit must have had a head transplant because her face doesn't look anything like it did when she started. Another castmate delivered the legendary line, when you've had enough surgery, anybody can be pretty. On camera, to her face, ouch.
I think Lisa Barlow had said, well, she's pretty, and Sutton said, well, anyone can be pretty if, with plastic surgery, insinuating that I had had plastic surgery.
And every single season, fans repeat the same phrase online. New season, new Dorit. Viewers describe a face that photographs fuller and smoother each year, but reads stiffer in motion, until longtime fans say recent seasons barely resemble her debut. Now, in fairness, Dorit reinvents her accent, her hair, and her style constantly. Reinvention is her whole thing. Maybe the face just came along for the ride, but when your closest friends are the ones cracking the jokes, the mirror at home and the cameras are clearly seeing different things. Number 6 filmed hers like a reality show within a reality show. Number 6 is the OG of the OC and the OG of on-camera procedures too. Vicki Gunvalson, the original Real Housewife, whooping it up since 2006. Vicki never treated cosmetic work as a secret, she treated it as content. Over the years, fans literally watched her go through procedures on the show.
Saw Dr. Milan Ambi in Newport Beach about 2 years ago, and he did an upper and lower eye lift, and it was really 3 days later, I was back at work. It was so simple.
Bandages, bruises, recovery, and all, including facial work, she discussed openly. Her philosophy was pure Vicki. If you don't like something, fix it and don't be ashamed. And viewers respected the honesty even while wincing at the footage. But here's where her story earns this spot. The work never really stopped. Season after season, appearance after appearance, fans tracked a face in constant renovation. Fuller here, tighter there, smoother everywhere, until viral before and afters had longtime viewers mourning the expressive, chaotic, wonderfully unfiltered Vicki of the early years. She's joked herself about wanting refreshes as she ages, and experts who've never treated her have commented to outlets that her look suggests years of layered procedures. The love tank, as she'd say, kept getting filled with appointments. Yet somehow, Vicki remains completely unbothered, still loud, still laughing. And honestly, after nearly 20 years on camera, maybe that confidence is the real facelift. Number 5 threw a party for hers. Number 5 treated her facelift like a red carpet event. Sonja Morgan, the delightfully unfiltered star of New York. In 2021, Sonja confirmed she'd had a lower face and neck lift, and instead of hiding it, she promoted it. Interviews, photos, glowing reviews of her own jawline. She joked about her results with that classic Sonja sparkle, thrilled to show off a neck she said she'd been self-conscious about on camera for years. And in true Sonja fashion, she made it fun, telling everyone she did it for herself in her 50s exactly when she wanted to. The immediate results? Genuinely impressive. Tight jawline, smooth neck, camera ready, but the conversation online split fast. Supporters loved the honesty and said she looked fantastic. Critics felt the lift, layered on top of the injectables she's joked about over the years, left her looking noticeably tighter and less like the charmingly disheveled Sonja fans adored, the one whose face told you everything 3 seconds before her mouth did. And that expressiveness was her superpower. Her comedy lived in those reactions, so when the face gets smoother, fans worry the comedy dims with it. Sonja, for the record, has zero regrets and remains an absolute delight. But number 4 showed us photos most stars would burn. Number 4 showed the world what a facelift actually looks like, stitches and all. Tamra Judge, Orange County's resident firecracker. In 2023, Tamra got a facelift and did the unthinkable. She shared the raw recovery photos, swelling, bruising, bandages, the whole unglamorous truth that every other celebrity hides. Her reasoning was classic Tamra honesty. She's in her 50s, she works in fitness, she's on camera in high definition, and she wanted to fix what bothered her before it bothered her more. And fans genuinely appreciated the transparency. But then came the debate, because plenty of viewers looked at her before photos and said, wait, she didn't even need it. Tamra was already famously fit and youthful. So when the results came in tight, with fans noticing her expressions reading a little stiffer in the season since, the conversation shifted from brave to, did she go too far too soon? Add the injectables she's been open about over the years, and some longtime viewers say the fiery, eye-rolling, smirking Tamra of classic seasons now flickers through a smoother, more fixed surface. Tamra herself, thrilled with it, and she'll tell you so directly, probably twice. You have to love her for that. But number 3 built an entire business on the needle. Number 3 doesn't just get the procedures, she sells them. Heather Gay from Salt Lake City, owner of a wildly successful med spa specializing in Botox and injectables. Talk about walking the walk. Heather's whole brand is beauty without shame. She's openly discussed her own Botox and filler use, written about self-acceptance and reinvention in her best-selling book, and famously frames cosmetic work as self-care for women who spent their lives being told to stay small and modest. As a message, genuinely empowering. Fans adore her honesty. But here's the tension the internet can't stop discussing. Across her seasons, viewers have watched Heather's own face grow steadily smoother, fuller, and more sculpted. The walking advertisement for her business becoming, some fans argue, a cautionary tale of the more is more mindset. Comment sections regularly debate whether her expressions have stiffened, whether the filler has crossed from enhancement into transformation, and whether anyone in her orbit, professionally surrounded by needles, ever suggests pumping the brakes. It's the Jennifer Aydin question all over again. When access is unlimited, where's the stopping point? Heather would probably answer with a laugh and a top off. And honestly, her confidence is half her charm. But number 2 has been transforming since before Bravo existed. Number 2's face has been making headlines for 40 years. Lisa Rinna, Beverly Hills legend, soap opera icon, owner of the most famous lips in television. And her story starts with a decision she made at just 24. Inspired by a movie star's pout, young Lisa had permanent silicone injected into her lips. Permanent. Over the decades, that silicone hardened and shifted until, in her own words, it felt like little peas trapped inside her mouth. And she eventually needed surgery to remove damaged tissue. She's called herself the perfect example of what not to do on a whim. But the story didn't end there. On Beverly Hills, fans watched her face stay remarkably tight and smooth season after season. And in 2024, a skincare professional's viral video pointed out her cheeks looked overfilled from a newer injectable product, with commenters saying they didn't even recognize her. And Lisa's response was honestly perfect. No meltdown, no denial.
I've never had so-called plastic surgery. I've never had a facelift. I've never had anybody
cut my face.
She replied right in the comments that the product wasn't good for her, and quote, "Luckily we could dissolve it today. Whew." 4 decades of trial, error, and radical honesty about all of it. But number one did what no housewife had ever done. And here we are. Number 1, the housewife who looked at everything this list represents and walked away from all of it. Yolanda Hadid, former star of Beverly Hills, former supermodel, mother of 2 of the biggest models on the planet. For years, Yolanda lived at the center of the beauty machine. The injectables, the treatments, the endless maintenance that comes with modeling and Bravo cameras. And then her health collapsed. During her brutal, very public battle with chronic illness, Yolanda made a decision that stunned everyone. She removed it all. In a raw social media post, she announced she was finally living in a body free of fillers, Botox, extensions, and all the, in her words, nonsense she thought she needed. She detoxed her entire face, let the filler fade, stopped the Botox, stood in front of the world mid-illness, completely bare, and said, "This is me, and here's the beautiful twist." Fans said she looked more like herself and more genuinely radiant than she had in years. The lines came back, the movement came back, Yolanda came back. In a franchise built on transformation, the most shocking before and after of all was a woman transforming back into herself. So why is this whole phenomenon so extreme in the housewives world specifically? Let me give you the real answer because it's genuinely fascinating. First, these women film in brutal 4K lighting for months, then watch themselves back with millions of strangers live commenting on every pore. That would break anyone's brain a little. Second, there's the reunion arms race. Every reunion is a runway, and showing up refreshed became almost a job requirement. Third, filming schedules actually dictate surgery timing. Housewives famously book procedures for the off-season, which is why fans notice new faces every premiere. And fourth, the newest wave. Weight loss medications have swept through this world, and rapid facial slimming often sends women straight to the surgeon to restore what deflated. Here's the educational part worth remembering. Modern facelifts, done well, reposition the deeper structures of the face so it moves naturally. The too far look happens when skin gets pulled tight instead, when filler stacks year after year, or when nobody in the room ever says enough. And the women on this list who look the best today, almost all of them either stopped, dissolved, or subtracted. Because at every reunion, on every runway, in every comment section, one truth keeps winning. A face that moves will always be more beautiful than a face that's perfect. Which transformation shocked you most? Tell me below. I read everything. And if you made it this far, you're my kind of viewer. Subscribe and turn on notifications because next week's story is already in the works and you don't want to miss it.